Yo, what's good, y'all? It's none other than the boy himself bringing you a Persona 5 video on how I think Makoto's story really should have gone. I think I have some ideas on how I could have made it better because as it stands right now, I think her Confidant story in the game is one of the weakest Confidant stories next to Ann's and Oya's. And there's quite a few ways in which you can make it better than what it is now. Now, I personally would have made the story better if it had centered around her and her interests and her relationship with her sister. Makoto, she likes motorcycles. She likes action movies. She's into tomboyish things like action movies and motorcycles, and even like martial arts. She knows like some degree of martial arts. I would have used that to make her story better, and I also would have made the story centered around her relationship with her sister because, as we all know, like Makoto, she's actually a really tragic character if you think about it. Her parents are gone. Her parents died a long time ago. Like, her sister is constantly stressed and under pressure by her job because like it's such a competitive job force that she's in. Makoto herself is stressed and under pressure because of her responsibilities at school and everything. And I think it would be really cool to have like a confidant story where you help her, like relieve her of that stress, and you spend time getting to know her. You spend time getting to know the Makoto that isn't, the bookworm, study hard all the time Makoto and everything like that. Like, it would have been cool to see a Makoto like let loose and be truly like herself. And I have like a couple examples. Let's start with my first example. As soon as you start her confidant, you could have had one day where you guys go to the movies and you take her to see an action movie because, again, she really loves action movies. She's into them and everything. And you could have had a moment where she's really hooked on this movie and she's smiling and she's excited because what she's watching is such a cool and awesome thing. And because of her stressful duties at school, she hardly gets time to herself to go out and have fun and truly watch movies and everything like that because like she's studying all the time and she's constantly under stress trying to keep students like safe and comforting and everything. And because again she's a student council, like I believe part of her job is that she's supposed to make sure the needs of the students are put first before her own, and making them feel comfortable and safe and secure and everything. And like, I think, at least that's what I think, that's what her job is. I don't know what a student council really does, but I think that's what it is. So you could have had a moment like that. Heck, man, you could have had a really nice moment where you could have gone back to LeBlanc. You could have taken her upstairs to the attic, and you two could have, watched a couple of, movies and whatnot together. Just you and her in your room in the attic, and that could have been a really cool one. It could have been her, hanging. It could have been a really nice moment of you two just hanging out, and you could have seen that side of Makoto in which you never saw before. Another example I would have done to make the story, better is taking her to a motor vehicle show or a motorbike show. Makoto, she loves motorbikes. I believe that was expressed in a quote that she said in Mementos, or a cutscene that she really loves motorcycles. So it would have been cool if you could have had a scene where there's an automobile show and she sees a bunch of motorcycles of different colors, different models, different makes, and she's just fangirling out as she's walking through each motorcycle, and she's pointing out look, Joker, it's a 2008 motorcycle. Look at this. Look at the color on this one. Oh, look at the interior, or the leather seats and whatnot, or whatnot. You could have seen that side of Makoto where she's just having a good time being at this show because she's having a good time around something she likes and everything. And you're finding out more about about her interests and everything. You could have had another moment, which is the third example. She's into mixed martial arts, I believe. She's the fighter of the group. She knows martial arts. You could have had like a dramatic moment because each confidant needs like a moment where like shit gets heavy. You could have had a dramatic moment where you and her are like walking down the street and a mugger pops out and everything, and she straight up just beats the mugger's ass, and then she goes, "Whoa, it's been a long time since I've been able to like let loose like that. I didn't know I actually had it in me and everything. It feels great to like just let loose like that and everything." And you could have had like that a cool badass slash awkward moment like that happen and everything like that. And I also think, and this is a big one for me, this, as I mentioned, I think it would have been cool and a really sweet and great moment to have some closure between the sisters. As I've said before, Makoto and Sai, their relationship is like a heavy one because both of them in their own way are under like stressful situations. One being under stress because of a job, and one being under stress because of like her school responsibilities. And for those of you that have played Persona 5, I'm pretty sure you all remember the scene where Makoto and Sai are eating dinner at the table and everything. And Makoto says something, and Sai just has like a freak out moment. It's not like, it wasn't a big freak out, but it was like a moment where it was like, whoa, because like Sai basically calls Makoto a leech, and she's saying that like, you know, you don't have time to think about certain things when this is happening and such is happening, and you should be like taking your responsibilities more serious. You should be indulging in your studies and everything like that. You know, Makoto is just like this character in which she just really can't have fun and whatnot because her sister is saying she should be doing this and that, and even her sister is under such pressure that like she just can't have fun. So I think it would have been cool to have like a moment where you and Makoto go back to the apartment, Sai's there, and there could have been like a really heart-to-heart, sister-to-sister moment where Makoto just lets loose her feelings onto Sai. You know, she tells Sai, or say, or however you pronounce it, you know, how stressful things have been and how much better it's and how much easier it's been for her because, like, you know, she's been going out, going to movies, going to motorbike shows and everything. And, you know, you could have had moments where like Makoto just straight up opens up to Sai, and Sai goes, "Wow, I had no idea you basically felt that stress and everything like that." You know, they have like a moment together, a sweet moment that could have meant something. You could have seen some closure between the sisters and everything like that. I think that's how the Confidant should have ended with her story. I honestly think like with Makoto's story, it should have been focused around her interests, and her relationship with Sai, or Say. Again, however you say it, like, you know, however you guys want to pronounce. I heard it's pronounced Say. I heard it pronounced Sai, and whatever. But that's honestly how I think like Makoto's Confidant story should have gone. It should have been centered around like her personality, her interests, and her relationship with Say, instead of like the forgetful whatever the heck happened between like that student and the scumbag boy she was about to date or whatever. I honestly can't remember. But you guys, let me know what you think. Post in the comments or whatever what you think you would have done to make Makoto's story better. Alright, bye.